Let's go here. Welcome to live stream. Unfortunately, usually on Tuesdays, or sorry, on Sunday, I promise I'm not hammered. I like to do Pigcast, right? From the professionals to miss out on a stream. I never want to miss out on streams, right? So I'm always here trying to think, hey, how is it that I could provide more for the loyal people that watch my content? And well, this is content. So the context for this particular bit of content is that I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which is about a 45-minute drive up north from the 305, right? Interesting, right? Because I'm here for it's a music festival, right? It's a music festival that was headlined by the Swedish House Mafia. Now, here's the thing: if you're not into dance music, if you're not into what my mom would call tiki music, then I understand that, right? I understand you might not know who the Swedish House Mafia is, but there are three very popular DJs that technically are performing their first set in what would be maybe years. They came back, right, and they did a set, and that was a whole hullabaloo. And then they pretty much announced the show here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Now, here's the problem: they canceled. They canceled. So, whereas I feel like I've been getting scammed nonstop in different venues and different avenues in the past couple months, I feel scammed again. I feel scammed again because unfortunately, two of the members have COVID. They're all vaccinated, from my understanding, but two of them had COVID and are therefore unable to perform at the concert. And instead of looking for a replacement, well, now Weezer, who's going to play before them, is going to play, and that's it. That's going to be the end of the festival. So it's not going to be any replacement, right? And I can't wait personally until we cancel the transaction with the bank in the credit card because it seems a little bit scammy, seems a little bit fishy. So that's the context, right? That's the context of what I'm currently doing. Now, the quality here is definitely trash. And the reason for that is because, well, this is in a hotel with shitty Wi Fi because obviously they're not going to give you the good Wi Fi, right? They're not going to give you the good Wi Fi. Let me step outside and see if maybe it looks better there. I doubt it. But they're not going to have good service in a hotel by the beach. There's no towers by here. So maybe standing outside, I'd have better signal, but not currently inside. So inside, it's terrible. But that's the aesthetic of the channel, right? That's kind of what you're expecting to get when you get this particular channel. You're not looking for quality. You're not looking for, oh man, Piggy's really got that really nice audio quality. That's not what you come here for. You come here for terrible memes and dick jokes and awful magic tricks, which I apologize in advance for. But yeah, so that's the situation, man. It's great. I really enjoy that. At least we only made a 45-minute trip to see these people, right? But there were people that came from Italy. There were people that came from Canada. There were people that came from, more up north to watch these guys perform their first set, and they canceled it. They canceled it because of COVID, which is tremendous. So I'm very salty, right? They're vaccinated. Let me put that there again. But very salty. I'm very salty. And I'm going to try to make up for it by getting demolished, by actually getting demolished when it comes to the actual concert itself, which we're late for already. But there's not like anyone playing. There's no one interesting playing until 7. So that's another scammery that we're dealing with. Goddamn secondhand Wi-Fi, right? Yeah, so it's when it's not your first-hand Wi-Fi that you could control from T-Mobile, unfortunately, that's what you're going to get. What the fuck is this? I guess, yeah, that's back when the stream had the quality of a Commodore 64. That's still good for my standards, though, to be honest. That's good for PigCake standards, because at least anything's better than, well, the Commodore, I forgot when that one was around, but it's still better than the normal, usual PigCake content that you get, right? Look at the last video that I did, right? That nice little crosscut force on the channel. You think that's good quality? You think that's decent quality? That's not good quality, right? That's more of what you expect from this channel. Did you cut your hair? No, I did not cut my hair. My hair is tied up behind my hat. That's why it looks cut, right? I guess maybe, but it's hiding back there. I wouldn't cut it. I'm too far deep into the long hair. What percentage of magicians got bullied as a child? Probably 95%, and that's speaking conservatively, right? I feel like most of them have gotten bullied to some capacity as a child, just because why else would you do it, right? Why else would you do that? This is, by the way, the view here. I don't know if, let me see if I could turn this around. So, this is kind of the view for this particular place. And what I love is that we've been MILF hunting here, right? Every time we want to take a little break and go to the balcony here, not break, it sounds like we're fucking, but every time we've gone to the balcony, we see if we could spot the MILFs, and there's plenty. There's plenty. But there's definitely not a lot here in Fort Lauderdale. I was surprised. I was surprised, man, at the quality. And then you realize you come back from Miami, where everybody's a 10. Even the cleaning woman is a 10 out of 10 on anybody's scale. On an objective science scale, the cleaning women in Miami are 10 out of 10s. So here it's kind of different. It's a different vibe. I don't know if it reinforces my liking of white girls or my dislike of white girls, and reinforces my like of indigenous and or ethnically ambiguous women. It might be that. That's possibly what it could be. Teach us an ESP card trick. I didn't bring cards, right? I didn't bring cards, but ESP card trick. I mean, the only I'm trying to think of which one comes to mind. But I mean, it's not hard to mark the back of ESP cards. There's five of them, right? I know that Turner, unfortunately, to give him another compliment, has a great one where he verbally forces the positions of all the cards. So he verbally forces each and every single position, which is kind of nuts. Dude, Piggy, are you familiar with the bubble variant of the Zaro Shuffle? This is lit. So I have to imagine, using my context clues as a virgin, that instead of involving, at some point there's pressure on the cards that makes it seem more like the packets are being woven into each other. Is that what it seems like from the title? I love you, man. Not in the gay way. You should like me in the gay way. I was at a store now. By the way, I was at a store because I need to buy a fanny pack. Because they don't allow book bags in this fucking festival. And yesterday, I ended up having to have all the stuff in my pockets, which was not fun when you're trying to get crunk. But and the store had it had a bunch of merch that said, "Oh, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20." So it's that style of clothing, which from a person that's wearing this, right, short, my dick tall, it seems like they're stomping on my territory. They're stomping on my merch territory by selling shirts that are, dirty, right? That's my territory. So there, and I had to buy a fanny pack, and the only fanny packs that I saw there, I don't want to go back in, but the only fanny packs there were fanny packs about a certain person running for office in 2020. So you have to do what you have to do, right? And let's see if I get some people that see it and might give me a look of disdain in the festival. You know what, dog? Yeah, so I didn't know you have a dog. How do you control your will of not shooting it? Well, it's not my dog, it's my mother's dog, right? I don't have pets because I have as much regard for animals as I do, I was going to say women, but no, I have a high regard for women that I do animals, that's for sure. But when it comes to pets, I don't believe in pets, right? I'll take care of them for you, right? Like my mom needed, I guess, someone to look at the dog and my little brother. But I don't have any pets, and nor do I plan on getting pets. I don't want to take the responsibility of something that's gonna die in less than my lifetime. If I'm gonna get a pet, I want it to last longer than me, right? I want it to be a burden on somebody else. It's a curious twist of fate that in the UK and Ireland, fanny means vagina. So anytime we hear fanny pack, well, I guess that you think that it means like a fanny pack, like a fupa, which is what we refer to as what do you call this? A fat upper pussy area, right? So a fanny pack to you is like that area that women or some men have it above their crotch. That's like a gut, right? That could be it. So maybe that's a fupa or fanny pack to you. Well, all right, hair grow it, hair blow it, long flaxen waxen type hair. That's fucking what? Are we on a Norm Macdonald rhyme bit here as of late? A couple of people have left comments, I think in reference to some Norm Macdonald style humor. But I put product on it. That's the worst part. I put stuff that I get because that's the sort of life I live, putting weird products on my hair like it's normal. I'm very tempted at some point in the next 2 years to just shave everything and just look like a bald baby. Pigcake's forehead drops in saying, "Don't get demolished today, or you'll wake up with a hangover. I don't like it when that happens," which is extraordinarily humorous because, of course, you're my head, right? So you would know. You wouldn't know. Look at that. Look at how far I could pull back. Look how far I could put back on my own hair, or my own head. That shows you the massive scope. But it's from all the knowledge, to be honest. Vsauce Pig, right? Is that the other one? Vsauce? I remember when I first showed my face, people were saying, "Oh, look, it's Vsauce. It's pea sauce. It's pea sauce out here." Yeah, I could see the resemblance, but probably if I shave my head. If I shave my head, I'd probably see it more. But let me see if I could. Let me see when the signal starts getting shittier. Let me see when the signal starts getting shittier. But I think the closer I get inside, the shittier the signal gets. And that's unfortunate because inside it's rather comfortable, and outside it's kind of sunny. So I'm not a fan of that. But again, see, look, I wanted to have a stream. I wanted to bring my mic, right, and maybe have like kind of like a more show style, Pigcast style thing. But unfortunately, I didn't do that. I only brought the smaller cameras and a bunch of Four Loco pre-games, which I got through, I think, three of those already in the past couple days. So let's see how many of those I can consume before having to end up in a hospital. How long says, or how tall? What do you mean by how tall? Are you talking about the forehead? How tall is the forehead? Is that what you're referring to? But yeah, so that was my unfortunate not realization, but the unfortunate events that transpired here, waiting for the Swedish House Mafia, and instead them having to cancel it due to COVID, which is kind of obnoxious. Now here, the I don't know the differences. I don't know if I rather if I would live here over the 305, because here, as I mentioned before, it's fairly the crowd is fairly old. It's I would say the average age is not dead, but the average age is definitely dying, right? So I wouldn't necessarily be a huge fan of it, but I would say that if I were to rate Fort Lauderdale on a 10-point scale, I'd probably give it maybe a 5.5, right? Like my height, like my like my height. But the unfortunate part is that I wanted to have a longer form stream here, and I'm not going to be able to do that because I didn't bring any equipment. So this is unfortunately what I'm relegated to. But I guess on Wednesday I'll probably do a regular stream, and then tomorrow I'll post some shit up. Normally, I hear noises here. Wouldn't that be great? I had a fear, a very irrational fear, of because we left the balcony open. So my fear was that somebody was going to open the balcony, right? Come through from the actual balcony, come through the window, and attack. That's what I thought. That's an irrational fear, and I often have those, which lets me know that I need to probably start seeing some sort of therapist to talk about my woes. Jay Sankey with the picture from, I believe, 2004 says, "What's poppin', egghead? Who are we scamming today?" Unfortunately, I'm the one getting scammed. That's the problem, right? Usually, I would like to partake in being the scammer, but I'm not scamming anyone. I'm getting scammed. And I feel like I almost got scammed with the camera. I think we got scammed the other day ordering Pizza Hut that never came. That's another scam. And we got scammed here with the Swedish House Mafia being too good to be true for them to do part of their tour here, which or the start of the tour. So that sucks. Short but my forehead tall. Well, funnily enough, I was just in the in a pizza store, and they said, "Hey, could you show us your shirt?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And they all died. They all died looking at the shirt. But then I had to always immediately go back to my line, my stock line, when it comes to the shirt, which is it's not true. It's not true. I try really hard though, so that gets another laugh. So this shirt, it guarantees you two laughs, right? Because you wear it and they go, "Ah, ha, ha, that's funny, short for my dick tall," right? Especially if you're short, it's really funny. And then you get an immediate other laugh when you go, "But it's not true though. It's not true. It's not real. It's fake. It's not. I work really hard though, but it's definitely not tall." And that gets another pop. So you get two guaranteed pops with this shirt, which is what I like about it and why I wear it. So if you're interested, right, look at the merch. Look at the merch there, and you too could be short with my dick tall and have 2 guaranteed laughs during any interaction. And also, if you get pulled over by the police, right, and you're wearing a shirt that says short with my dick tall, guess what? You're less likely to get shot. I rather you put some clothes on, you harlot. I was just talking about how attractive Muslim women are because they're covered, right? How pretty much all the shawties are uncovered, so you already know everything, right? Imagine you're looking at girls now of age, and you know exactly what they look like because they're so uncovered. Whereas Muslim girls, right, they're all covered, so you have to work for it. You have to work hard to see that uncovered, and you're the only one that sees it. So there's some merit. Your boy might be going full Muslim soon enough, just because of that, right? Especially coming here to a beach town where you see all the harlots. Speaking of that, right? You see all the harlots. You see all the we used to call them shones. I keep hearing noise, and I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. We used to call them shones, which I'm allowed to say because I went to a predominantly black middle school. But yeah, that's the other part, by the way, right? Here's a lesson. I didn't bring cards, right? Because why would I bring playing cards, right? This concert. So maybe I could have brought cards and then I could have recorded stuff at the venue, right? Showing tricks to people that are absolutely demolished in many different ways. There were people that the finger stuff. I hate that. And the worst part is that the people that do the finger stuff, if you're familiar with what I'm talking about, it's when you put the gloves on and the gloves have little lights on, right? And then you go up to people that are high as fuck, or whatever it is that they took, and you do this, and the light streaks stay, right? So they have streaks of light that they follow with their eyes, and they go, "Whoa, dude, that looks crazy! Whoa!" Like that. That's rampant everywhere. You see that everywhere, and it's terrible because you know that they have to have purchased or watched a magician, because those are exercises that magicians do to get shin limber on their hands. So they do that to people, and you see a bunch of people wearing little gloves and doing all the tricks, doing all the like the little moves and stuff that magicians do often, right? I forgot who the magician guy is. Finger flicking by something. I forgot what his name is. Greg Furwin, I think might be his name, but he's a magician that he's very popular with his finger exercises, and that's what they do. They just do that shit. So that's the one thing that I hate about these venues, and it's not just drunk people, because I could tolerate drunk people all day, but it's people that are on God knows what, and it's a weird combination of people because they have rap, they also have people that are doing like classic rock shit, and then you have tiki music, dance music, right? So it's a weird combination, but the drugs are still all the same. And if I were president, right? So if I was Joe Byron, what I would do is that my first immediate course of action would be to kill. Honestly, I think capital punishment should be the crime that fits the should be the punishment that fits the crime of being the fingertip guy at a rave or at a party. What? Jesus. And then they puke on your hand. Yeah, that's the worst part, right? You're just helping them in their little high adventure, and then they're just gonna vomit on themselves and embarrass everyone. So if you're the guy that wears gloves to parties, please don't. You know what? I'd love to do an interview with one of those guys, which makes me reinforce the idea of having to bring my microphone. The next time, what I need to do is bring my microphone and ask, interview the fingertip guys, right? Or interview people. Hey, what do you think of magicians? Hey, what do you think of short magicians? Oh, do you think that all magicians are virgins? Right? But I didn't want to do that this time because I would have to brought the mics, and then they don't allow bags, so I have to put it on me, and then I don't want to lose them because they're fairly expensive and I'm very cheap. So it's a nice combination of reasons why to do it. But I'm pretty sure for the next one I'll probably end up doing that because that sounds like a fun video. And to go off and ask them like, hey, what are you trying to do here? Like, do you when was the last time that you saw a woman naked? Like, do you use those tricks on yourself? Do all the questions there. Like jazz hands or gospel hands? Well, it's not gospel hands. Let me see if I could put the phone down and accurately show you. Right. So imagine you're loaded on Molly or whatever drug, right? And some guy comes up and puts on gloves, right? So he's putting on gloves with lights on the ends of the fingertips, and he's doing this to you, right? This thing, like he's doing this shit to you, and then you got light streaks, and then you just say like, "Whoa, whoa, my parents are related. Whoa, I took thalidomide as a child. Oh my goodness!" And you're looking at the guy just do this shit to you, and those guys are constant. Those guys are constant at parties, and here. I've seen one, which is a shocker because usually you see quite a bit, but I only saw one guy doing it on a guy that was like this. This is the best way I could just describe this individual. It's just like this. Just doing one of those, which is just the worst. So it's not jazz hands. It's not gospel hands, right? You're not doing this. You're not clapping at the Democratic Socialist Convention, all right? You're not clapping at that convention. You're doing one of these, right? One of these things, right? And then the people that do it well, they could do it like they got all the tricks and shit. They got this thing, right? You're doing this thing. You're doing that essentially, but with lights. And then they're just going, whoa, oh my god. Another thing that I've noticed is that the dancing cane has made its way to the dance scene. I think it's been there for a while, right? But the weird cane that we used to get at magic stores, it's made its way to the scene, right? So they have light up canes that the girls are dancing around with that are essentially floating. So that's interesting that they're just doing the little thing. What I want to bring back to these are there was a trick when I was younger called the spin bee, right? Which is just literally the same trick that the card is spinning in midair. You have it hanging from your ear, and but it lights up. So that'd probably fuck up these guys. I could probably do that and make a legitimate street magic video at the venue and make it kind of gay. But I think the more interesting approach, to me at least, would be to interview the people and go, "Hi, are you aware that if I was president, I would put you out for doing what you're doing now?" And ask them back and forth like that. Am I clapping tonight, Piggy? Am I clapping tonight? I don't know. Depends. You got Little Nas. I'm not a fan of that. You got Walk the Moon. I'm a fan of them. Who else do you have here? Weezer. Weezer is closing out instead of the Swedish House Mafia, which I was so hyped on the way here. Looking forward to Swedish House Mafia. I'm a fan of their music, and they pulled out and blaming COVID. And I'm thinking, don't get me on the Alex Jones tip, but I'm thinking there's a little bit of finagling around there. I don't think that that's up front because the concert didn't sell out and it's not looking good. So if I were to get out of a contractual obligation, I would maybe say that I had COVID. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Would it be possible to do a magician version of Odd Man Out, but with 6 non-magicians and 1 magician? Nope. No. And I'll tell you why. If they did it, then they faked it. But you could tell immediately who's a magician. You could tell immediately who's a magician because they're the ones that are projecting the loudest. They're the ones that are, hey, like they're the ones that do all the theater geek kid stuff, right? So that's immediately. Like you'd be able to tell, oh yeah, you're the magician. And funnily enough, one of the things that I was gonna bitch about was when I went to that Joshua J lecture, right? I've mentioned before as to how much I dislike people that take cards to a magic show and you're there loudly shuffling cards. But there was a guy loudly shuffling cards while he was lecturing, like just loudly, like doing really aggressive riffle shuffles. But I think he might have been a special person. So I don't want to, use any derogatory terms here. But I think he might have been a special individual. So I was like, okay, because he kept doing it loudly. He kept just shuffling. I'm just like, like, are you a fucking... So that's one of my magic pet peeves. But if you're at a magic show, don't bring your cards, all right? They're not there to see you, right? They're there to see somebody else. So you're there at the show doing your little shuffles, and you're always practicing your loudest lights. What a convenient coincidence that you happen to be going to a magic show or a lecture, and the slides that you decide to practice are your loudest ones. Okay, all right, I get it. I get it. You want the attention, right? Stu Batman says, just popped in to say hi. Well, I was fine until I was scammed here. But you know what? I think I'm just going to deal with it through the bank and just say, hey, guys, they did not provide the service. I don't know what's going on here. Let me see what's happening there. But the doorbell's ringing. Hello? Hello? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Here's the thing that I don't realize or about these hotels, right? So they have little doorbells that they ring, and then they go into your room. Um, if they keep ringing and nobody responds, they go and open a door. So what if I'm taking a dookie? What if I'm, I don't know, just here like not paying attention to the door? Maybe I'm deaf and I can't hear it, and they just come in. So I could be doing God knows what. What if I'm sitting Indian style naked, eating a brownie? Well, they're just gonna come in. So I don't understand that. I guess it's less of a hey, someone's at the door, and more of a hey, this is a warning that we're about to enter. So whatever it is you're doing, please figure that out because we're not gonna watch that. And I've seen enough porno videos that let me know that if they stick around while they come through the door, that they might stick around for longer than you want them to. So that's something that I've learned by watching Pornhub videos, which is a very scientific form of study as to behavior in hotels. A fan from Canada says Martin Roberts. Well, here there were a couple fans from Canada of the Swedish House Mafia that came from Canada specifically to watch the show, and they canceled the day before. Could you imagine canceling the day before, and you came from fucking Canada, and you paid for the hotel, the flight, the stay, and the tickets and all that stuff, and they canceled the day before. Ooh boy, let me tell you, I'm gonna get a refund for sure, but it's gonna be an endeavor, and I'm not looking forward to it. I had a do not disturb on my door once, and a cleaning lady came in while I was trying to hide my balls. I believe that. I don't have the signs though. That's the part that's kind of shitty because here they don't give you the do not disturb signs. That's kind of a odd thing, right? I put that up immediately every time I'm in a hotel room. The first thing I do is put up that card because I'm very clean when it comes to stuff. I don't need somebody coming in. Like I fold the sheets myself, right? I fold the sheets myself before I sleep every night, and then I use them, and then I fold them back the next day. And then the trash we put in one place, so it's not an issue. So I don't need them coming in and looking through shit. They're not looking through shit, but I guess I was raised by my parents that made me be questionable about everyone. So it's like, oh, the clean lady's coming in. Make sure you're watching her, right? That's what my grandmother, the teaching that my grandmother instilled on me. The knock is just a warning. Yeah, you're right. Says Steve Brooksy says I'm from NorCal. NorCal. What's that even mean? North California? Is that where you're at? I'm sorry that you're from North California. I like to apologize when anybody tells me that they're from California because it's California, right? Although I did find out recently that Antarctica is bigger than California. But yeah, I'm sorry. I have buddies that live in not North California, but still in that area. What's the state above it? Washington. They're living in a very weird part of Washington, which I don't know how anybody would ever move there, honestly. But then again, you have seasons, whereas we don't have seasons here. Here it's just one season that's colder summer and then hot summers. That's all we have here. But then again, we could wear that shirt or put on my Instagram story that I live where you vacation, which is not a good thing because that means that prices are way high up for shit that shouldn't be high up. But you know what? I think that's the stream. Unfortunately, I wanted to cut it short because I wanted to provide at least a stream, right? I didn't want to not do a stream. I wanted to do a stream. But on Wednesday, I'll probably be doing a bigger one, like a regular one. And I keep wanting to do an interview with Turner, right? I think that'll be a funny one with a little dumb twist. But he's trying to dodge me. He's dodging me. But I think Wednesday I'm gonna have a regular one, and then Monday tomorrow maybe have a video up. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it might be a banked video, right? A throwback, a manic Monday, right? Oh look, a maybe you were better back then. Monday video drop, right? Who knows? Who knows? So maybe I might do that tomorrow. Out of my many, I think I still have a couple hundred videos that I never uploaded. 100 videos, a couple hundred. I should just put them all in one shot and say fuck it, right? But no, I'm releasing them slowly, and eventually, with my inevitable demise, people are gonna have a backlog of content that's never been seen before, which is interesting because my videos that I post public are, you could categorize them as haven't been seen before, right? Because of the view count. But here's the thing: people keep leaving comments saying, "Hey, dude, your channel is dying, man. Like, why aren't you getting the same engagement?" that you used to get. I've never had good engagement on my channel. I've never had good views of my channel. I had like 3 videos that did well, like a couple 100,000 views, but that's it. Like it's never been great. So I don't know why. It's like when people say, "What? Make America great again?" America's been never been great to begin with. It's like when people say that, but for my channel, that's how I feel about it, right? It's never been a really view heavy channel. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. All right. You can't get me out, YouTube. You can't just not send my videos to people that have the notification bell ringed. You can't just not send it and expect me just to fucking stop doing videos. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep doing videos until I can't, until I'm dead. All right. So you can't avoid me, YouTube. Right, bitch. But that's a stream. Thank you guys for watching. Those that did a nice little 30 minutes, right? Um, be back probably Wednesday live and then Monday video. And then maybe I might give you a review as to my experience here. Maybe I could get some content, maybe here, right? But hold up, Sub Piggy greeting from Finland. Have you ordered the How to Control Minds kit? No, I've seen it though. I've seen the whole thing pretty much, and it's great. It's great. It's good shit. Lots of verbal shit, right? Which is good. I like that. You still want to establish yourself, right? You don't just want to get into that stuff raw dog, but it's still great stuff. And unfortunately, I hate to give Peter Turner any sort of compliment, but he's a smart guy. He's what we call a clever cat. So when it comes to those bits of business, he always has ways of thinking that are backwards. So you would come in and you think, oh, I'm thinking this thing, but then he comes and hits you with some backwards logic, and it's a little bit ridiculous. And the stuff there's more of an example of that, especially that there's one bit there with toxic, right? There's a toxic thing. It solves a problem that people have with toxic, and it makes the problem a trick. Tremendous. But yeah, before I get more virginy, I guess Wednesday. Be on top of that. Maybe 12 Eastern. Check for that out. And just some advice at the end of the video. Don't be that guy with the fingers. Don't be that guy with the fingers, because women don't find that attractive. Women don't find this little thing. So you're technically limiting future males, because they're going to be looking at that and thinking, oh, look, that's an example of what males do, because there's only males doing a finger shit. So you're limiting the marketplace, essentially, for us to be able to go in there for that particular female. So you're ruining men for her for the next foreseeable future. So don't be that finger guy at party. But apart from that, okay.